Ganyu's back, time to blow your primo gems. Not 100% accurate. Let's talk about Ganyu's banner. Whoops. Hold on. Let's talk about Ganyu and Kokomi's banner, because there's a lot of temptation here, even in the weapon banner. The weapon banner is low-key tempting, but man, this feels like Ultima bait. Just trust me on this one. So obviously Ganyu, one of the most cracked 5 stars in the game. Like, as a DPS character, her teams are some of the best teams in the game. She does a ton of damage by herself, so you really don't need a crazy team behind her, but if you do, she's that much better. She's insanely good. I missed out on her the first time she was around, and then I ended up getting her the next time she came. And I even made a whole video about me powering up my Ganyu, because she's just cracked. She's really, really good. She's a super fun character. Honestly, you do get a little bored with her, just a little bit. She's not the most fun character to play, but one-shotting enemies and doing tons of damage is fun. So if that's fun for you, then this could be the character for you. Let me go ahead and say this. If you have her, I don't think her constellations warrant... I don't think her constellations are worth wishing for her. Let's just make that very clear. Don't do that. Unless you want to. Unless you're like a Ganyu stan, then go for it. Kokomi. Oh, Kokomi is like S tier now, right? Like, do I need to do another? Have I ever done a tier list video? I might need to do a tier list video. Kokomi is S tier. She is so good. Now that Dendro's here, these new reactions, dude, she is crazy good. I'm kind of tempted to rebuild my Kokomi. Like, that's how much I like her. But she is a healer. Let's make that clear. She's not the most exciting 5-star, and she does really solid damage, honestly. Like, she does pretty solid damage in her ult, but there's a lot of like nuances when building Kokomi. I'm not going to get super in depth with it here, but I do think she is a good character overall to have access to. To me, she's on the same level as Zhongli. She has the ability to keep your team alive so easily, like so easily. My Kokomi has 38,000 HP and heals for 7,000 a tick with her jellyfish out at like level 7 or 8. That's nuts. So yeah, in general, I do think these two characters, as far as like the banner characters, are really good. And I do think these banners are really good, but I don't want you to lose sight of the future. That being said, let's talk about the 4 stars. Xingqiu, completely busted. One of the best 4 stars, like could damn near be a 5-star character. If Yelan didn't exist, I would say he is easily a 5-star character, but Yelan is definitely his superior as a 5-star off-field support with Hydro doing tons of damage. So if you have Yelan, if you have Xingqiu, you're probably set. C6 Xingqiu is definitely an upgrade. It definitely makes him stronger, but I don't think that you'll see a damage increase. I don't want to say you won't, because you will, but I don't know that it's worth going super deep on this banner. Like, if you're close to pity and you're excited about some of the new characters coming out, just wait. But if you're not and you've got some room and you're like cool getting maybe, you know, a Dori, maybe some new 4 stars, maybe a Xingqiu, whatever, then sure, wish a little bit, see what you get. Sucrose. Sucrose is one of those characters that I feel like I don't think a lot of people build. I know I haven't fully built her, but she is really, really fun. She's got a really cool playstyle. If you build her with off-field supports, you can make her your on-field like swirler, and she's just buffing up all of your off-field supports. Super dope. And building her can be a little difficult because you're mostly focusing on elemental mastery to try to buff your swirl. You don't really need much attack or crit or anything on her. You're just literally using her for swirl. So you want your elemental mastery as high as possible. So that can be a little difficult to get 3 decently rolled elemental mastery pieces. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But the last one, Dori, she's a healer. And I talked about her in the video recently. Her heals, if you didn't see the video, you should first of all go watch it. But her heals are her burst. She sits down her burst ability, and then you get infused with Electro, which sucks because you're infused with Electro the entire time. It doesn't go away. People in the comments were giving me different ways to like fix her. And I'm like, if you have to fix her, I don't want to use her. Like, I have no interest in using a character that I have to already come up with a way to use or a way to fix. People were recommending, they were like, oh dude, you can use her and then use Bennett, and then like it infuses you with pyro, and then like it does little explosions. Doesn't seem like super valuable, but it seems fun. That seems fun. I might try that if I get her. But then people were saying like, oh, you can just use Jean to like, you know, cleanse yourself. And I'm like, it won't go away. Like you'll just be infused with Electro again. And also you're trying to throw another healer in the mix. If you have to use a healer to fix another healer's problem, then we have 2 healers on the team. You're never gonna have 2 healers. You might have 2 supports. You might have 2 DPS. We only have 4 slots. You're always gonna have 1 healer. I just don't think Dori's gonna be the way. I think Dori's cool. I think she's a cool addition to the game. I'm happy she's in the world, but I don't see me using her in any serious capacity. So yeah, in general, I think the 4 stars are solid. I do think xingqiu and sucrose are really, really good 4 stars. If we're looking strictly at just meta characters, who's good for like your, you know, super sweat tryhards, like 36 starring the abyss every single time. Ganyu is amazing. Sucrose is amazing. Xingqiu is amazing. Dori is kind of butts. Kokomi is amazing. So in general, for meta, these are great banners. But I worry. I really worry that people are going to waste all of their primo gems on this and not have enough primo gems for this. Let's talk about the weapon banner real quick, because I forgot to talk about it last time we had a banner come out. So we have Amos bow and Everlasting Moonglow, the 2 banner characters' main weapons. Everlasting Moonglow on Kokomi is actually really, really good, but it's not that much different than just running a Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer. There's not that much difference, honestly. I use Everlasting Moonglow because I have it, but I still switch to Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer depending upon the team. If I have one character that I'm like setting up for, that's 100%, because that's just 40% attack free. Like it's really good. And if you 90 it, it's like 38% versus like 45% HP or something. It's really not that much difference. When it comes to Amos bow is comparable to several bows. It's definitely Ganyu's best in slot, but if you already have a prototype crescent built up, you're fine. You really like you're not gonna see a crazy DPS increase when you get this. Keep in mind, Amos bow is also on the standard banner, so you will get it eventually. I got mine from standard banner, or maybe I got it wishing. I think I got mine actually when I lost the 50-50 on the weapon banner, which was totally fine. Totally fine with that. But in general, you really don't need to go crazy. Look, the 4 stars are nuts. Rust, sacrificial, amazing. The rest are negligible, who cares? But sacrificial sword and rust are really, really good weapons. So this might be really tempting to wish on. The only way I would recommend wishing for one of these 2 characters, one, if you're in need of a really good healer. If you didn't get Zhongli and you don't have a really good healer, get Kokomi. Straight up, because Kokomi will keep you alive. She's an amazing healer. If you're looking for a character with crazy DPS that can just nuke everything, Ganyu might be your pick. Ganyu does have some limitations, but she's really, really strong. And when it comes to the weapon banner, unless you're spending a little bit of money and you're comfortable with that, I don't recommend wishing for the weapon banner. I don't think any of these weapons bring enough value to completely reset your pity on the weapon banner. I think the only time that's really worth it anymore is when there's like a new bow or something that comes out that's just cracked. But I just don't think it's worth it. And again, cyno is right around the corner. People, we've got cyno coming up. I'm assuming we're gonna get Dia soon. Who knows? We could even see Al-Haytham soon. I mean, dude, some of these characters that are on the horizon are so sick. I just don't want to see people waste all their primo gems trying to get Ganyu. With cyno being an electro character, he could be cracked with all the dendro reactions that just came out. So that's kind of where I'm putting my money. If you want a character to support cyno, then I would highly recommend going with Kokomi, because I think she's gonna be a really good support for cyno. Honestly, I'm building up Traveler and I've already got Kokomi built, but I might, like I said, I might be rebuilding her, kind of like improving her kit. But honestly, that's my thoughts on the banners. I think if you decide to wish, you're not going to be disappointed. I think the characters that are on the banners right now are great. I think there's a lot of value there. I just worry about people missing out on all the cool stuff. But again, if you don't have like the characters that are like your staples, if you don't have your Ganyus, your Kokomis, then the game is inherently a little less fun. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you're gonna be wishing down in the comment section, because like I said, I'm gonna be passing because I have both of these characters fully built and I'm waiting for cyno. But let me know if you're gonna be wishing. Let's talk about it in the comments section. You wishing for Ganyu or Kokomi, or are you just waiting for cyno? I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to the members of the channel for helping make these videos possible. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We did just post part 2 of our Archon quest because I'm super far behind. I'm literally posting alongside, like I literally have 4 hours worth of footage to edit. So if you want to see part 2, it's over there. So love you guys. We'll see you in that video. Peace.